Hey,
Hello, everybody.
yeah. Hey, Beverly Miller. Uh-huh. Hey, gotta get that thing together here. Hey, Joanne Walker, Jacqueline Woodhouse, Tony, Eva J. All right.
All right, turn it down. Start turning it down.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the word?
Hey, Dr. P is in the house.
What's up, y'all?
Hey,
You
y'all.
turn it down low?
Yeah, straight down just a little bit.
Oh, you can hear me, Bill?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear everything, y'all. You know I got those super ears. What's up, Coach G?
What's up, y'all? Captain family. All right.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, who's in the house, Big D?
Hey, man, there's a whole bunch of folk. And you got Troy, Robin, Camille, Neitha's in the house, Wanda Campbell. Way, Haraya. Antoinette, Maurice Waters is in the house, y'all. Harold White's in there.
Hey.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Audrey, listen,
Hi,
guys.
Mella from Milton.
Hey, Mella, how are you? All right.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
Hump day.
Hump day. Kim Walker's in the house.
All right, Big B, we should be live on the other side. Thank y'all for your patience.
Okay,
Want to get back into it. And Big B, check on that and let me know if
Yes,
you're
sir.
outside. Let me know what
Yes,
you got.
sir. We are hot,
Got it?
Dr. P.
All right, we are hot. Let me just go on up here. And log us on in.
Uh-huh. William Reed, see you, buddy. Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. Put your hands together, family.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Yes, we are officially back live and a little
Live and living color, y'all.
I want to thank everybody for being a little patient here today. We're just sort of getting things back in stride.
Happy birthday, Dr. Paul. Happy
Yes,
birthday.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate you,
Happy
buddy.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. All right. Thank you so much. We're going to
Yeah,
get
buddy.
started. I want to bring it on down so we can get started. Drive right on in, Big B.
Yeah, buddy. Uh-huh. Yeah, man. Look. See, when you got grooves, I got a ticket. It just makes me want to fly.
Well, hey, I want to welcome everyone
Yeah,
to the
buddy.
family tree, and we are back. And yes, we're back in the saddle. This is not a rerun. This is actually the real deal. So I thank you so much, and it's been a pleasure, to sit back. And I thought about y'all all day. I said it's time to get back into the swing of things.
I know that's right.
Big B, I tell you, I got a story, and I'm sure you got a story too. So we're going to get started.
Yes.
Without further ado, if you're joining us for the very first time, this is the family tree, and on the family tree, we say this is the place where you ask all the questions. Gathering around this thing called ancient and the ancient laurel trees are the trees that we got knowledge from, information, sat around the tree, and from that we discern what was good for us, things that are bad, how to discuss how they move forward, even establishing the things like laws and things like that. So with that, we what is that? Something back there.
That's the whiteboard. I don't know how that came up.
I don't know how that jumped up there. Somebody's messing around on the other side. Jump that off. Take that off. All right.
There we
So
go.
what's happening is with that, we basically have been, when we get together like this, we talk about all that's going on our side of things, which means that we do things holistically. From what that is, we mean, that's right, we say it's your only real Social Security.
That's right,
Remember,
buddy.
you gotta say it slow.
Social Security.
Social
There we go. Yes, sir.
Security. And what
Yes,
is
sir.
that? That is your family. That means that you can ask any question, any concern, anything on your heart and your mind. And guess what? That's what we try to do here on the Family Tree. Bring your questions, concerns, but also we're going to learn some things today and talk about what's going on in the world. So without further ado, if you are joining us for the very first time, you want to ask and be a part of the conversation, look down at your panel and you'll see right down at the bottom the reaction bar. If you see the reaction bar, if you want to be a part of the conversation, click on and you can raise your hand like Big B up there.
Yes,
Big
sir.
B got your hand up. And
Yes,
then from
sir.
there, you can join in queue. And from the queue, we'll try to get your questions and answer whatever may be on your heart and your mind. If we don't have the question and answers, and we'll try to get it for you. We also have a chat box. So if you're someone that says, I don't want to be on screen, and you just want to ask a question, put yourself down in the chat box. And Prophetess over there, where's Prophetess? Is Prophetess in here?
She's in the house somewhere.
In the house somewhere. There she is. Hey, Prophetess.
Sitting right next to you
Yeah.
and Brother Bill.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
That's right. Without further, let's give Prophetess a hand over there.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah,
Prophetess. Yep. All right.
yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
And with that, what we say, Prophetess will write down and get the information, and she also will be putting things in the chat for also our notes. If you're someone that's calling in and you for the very first time, or you may have missed the prompt where you're calling in and it says to actually raise your hand, no worries. Just let us know that you're calling in and we'll try to get that information to you. Make sure you
Yes,
come
sir.
to the
Yes,
front of
sir.
the line and we'll get your question. All right. So without further ado, let's give a shout out to the host with the most, Big B, Bill Morris.
Yo. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Hey man, it's good to be back, buddy.
Boy, look. Hey, y'all. Let me say this. Look how brown that brother be. He been somewhere near the sun. I can't take it, y'all.
I don't see no difference. I don't know what y'all talking about.
See it? Looking like a candy cake.
Boy, look, you shining like a new piece of sun over there, man.
It's nice. It's nice.
Well, thank you very much. I went somewhere where it's got to be some sun, right?
Yeah, buddy.
I want to
Looks
say,
good, man.
y'all, all I want to say, Big B, is
Yeah.
that, there was an incredible experience that happened, and I want to share it with you. I know this is the platform where we want to really help folks, and that's what we're about. But I think that this is going to help some people also by, living through, a lot of experience. Y'all know I tell everything, anything going on, I think can help somebody. I really want to explain that. So what I've experienced on my journey, I'll explain everything, where I went to and what I was exposed to. And what I experienced was totally mind blowing. So I want to share that with y'all this evening. Okay. But before
Yes.
we get started, Big B, you always have something for us, buddy. Give
Yeah,
us
man.
our numbers, man, on what's going on in the world. They got some things happening now. They say this norovirus is coming back.
Man. Yeah.
Norovirus.
buddy.
Yep. People are having a lot of gut issues. So tell me, buddy, what you got on that side.
Well, I'm coming from Dr. Paul's favorite website.
Mhm.
That world don't mean it.
World don't mean it. That's
I
no
can't
other
help
name.
myself.
No other name. That's right.
Yes,
Without
guys.
No other name.
Coming from the coronavirus site. Now, we're having right now, there are a number of cases we've got going on right now. Currently, 703,814,286. Deaths 6,997,701, and recovered 674,593,650. Paul, and then we had active cases, guys. Currently infected patients, that's 22,222,993. Yes. Yes.
All right. That's
But we're
awesome.
still doing it good, doing it good,
Still
doing it
doing
good.
man. And
Yeah,
then
buddy.
you go through the active cases. You had the active cases are 22,222,935.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir,
Hey,
buddy.
Big thing, that's good news. And I want to say that people are really making the changes when they come through to the office. We're still seeing people that are doing major breakthroughs with their health. So to applaud you all that have come through at some point in time that we sat down, or even if you didn't sit down, but you're trying new things and things starting to work out for you.
Yes, sir.
So-
Yes, sir.
So we're going to keep the path and keep it moving forward. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
we're going to
sir.
start off because I know we're running a little bit behind today. only because, you know, a lot's been going on, just getting back in the saddle. People are probably asking, like, where were you, Doc? And, you know, we took a little hiatus. And those that know that I sit on the floor of the United Nations as part of a special group called ECOSOC, which is the Economic Social Council. And every year, you know, we're doing something to try to be a part of humanitarian, you know, work around the world. And this year, it was actually being a part of something that runs real close to me, which is my family. So my cousin, which is, y'all say, you remember when we did the Christmas song and y'all saw the gentleman that was the bigger guy, big gentleman, Big Chuck.
Yep, Big Chuck. Yes, sir.
Well, Big Chuck actually, his cousin on his side of the family actually became a chief in the actually a chief, or what they call nanas, in Ghana, in one of the areas in a place called Mori, which is actually a small town or village inside of Ghana.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
great.
off of the Cape Coast. And with that, they're doing development and they need help. These people, these children and people need help seriously. And when I say seriously, I do really mean seriously. So I took this under my initiative to be a part of this, to go and see about that, you know, and that's when I was invited to come down by the chiefs in Ghana in the Cape Coast area. So I went on down, and with my son actually joining me, along with the cousins and everything, went down to the Cape Coast and saw this, what was going on in the area. And I'm going to tell you that this was mind-blowing on every level. I met the chiefs. If you've ever been to Ghana, this is Ghana, West Africa. It's a very, very hot, number one. That's where the color comes from.
Yes, we know.
Very hot. It's Africa hot. But what was more intriguing about the whole experience, I can just probably sum it up in 3 words. Sankofa, which we know what Sankofa means. Y'all know what Sankofa means, right? Bird looking back at its sail, almost to say, this is my past, and this from the past. We can move forward, but I got to review my past, my history. Transformation, and the last one was illumination. Big B, let me tell you what happened, buddy. I went down, and a part of the exposure to seeing what's going on as far as agriculture and the feeding of the people and the water and all the things that we went for, they wanted me to participate with the name ceremony. I don't know if anyone ever has been a part of an African name ceremony, but I was a part of a name ceremony where they bring you in, and then basically they give you what's called your soul name, your soul name. And it means that based on the African principles and African science, if those that know, I'm a Ghanaian traditional healer that was trained through Dr. Laila Africa. So this was a sort of a coming home for me. But Big B, I got in there and they did the naming ceremony. And if you don't know, there's a naming ceremony that goes by the day of your week. Now, everybody, based on the day of the week you were born. Does everybody know what day of the week they were born? Anybody know what the day of the week they were born?
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
Tell me the day that you were born on.
I was born on Friday.
Kofi.
Yes, Kofi.
Me too.
So as part of the naming ceremony, we went through I was invited by the head chief. His name is Nana Obakesi, who is actually in the region of Mori. And that's right outside of Nana. Well, I think it's actually around closer to the Cape Coast, in that area between Cape Coast and Elmina. And I participated in that, and they came and gave me a name. And they did the name. They do this based off of your age, well, actually your date of birth and the day you were born. So they came back with a name, Big D, and Kofi, just like she said, Kofi was Friday born. And then they said, they prayed on this, and that, this goes through the spiritual, leaders, came back with the name Ampah, Ampah, A-M-P-A-H. And what is the Ampah? Well, when we go up to receive our certificates, we go up and they say, well, this is your certificate, this is your soul name, and they give you all the accolades, and everybody is, thanking everyone for now you receive your official full name. Now, when I get up there, he gives me my certification and ticket and everything, tells me, but he says, I got to stop everybody because I need to do something I've never done before. And I'm like, okay, what did I do? That's the first thing I said. What did I do? Well, he gets up off of his seat and comes up and says, I have to get up because I've never had to issue anything to another AMPA. He said the AMPAs means pure and truth. And he says, my name is AMPA. And my father's name was Kofi Ampa, the same name that has been bestowed upon you this day. And from that, you are my true brother.
Have mercy.
So it turns out I'm related to the very King of God.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's great, man. That's
now,
great, buddy.
I sat there for a moment and I said, what does this mean? I don't know what this means. He says, you have no idea what this means. I said, wow. So he says, my father, his name is Kofi Ampa, and he was a natural healer. He was a naturopath doctor, and he healed many in the villages here in Ghana. And he said, you have places that are named after. Now, mind you, I never told them anything about who I was or anything that was going on, other than the fact that when I left, I had years ago did my DNA. So they never knew exactly anything about me at all, Big B. They did not know anything at all. They just said this was prayed through, and they said they came up and said that I was part of the Fanti, based on my time and age and things like that and the date. And sure enough, that's exactly where I am. I was part of the Fanti, the Ewe, and also the Yoruba, which is actually Yoruba priests. So I knew these things going in there, but I never told anybody this. But they just actually said, now that you are part of the Ampas, now you actually are part of royalty of Ghana. I was like,
well,
oh,
go ahead with your
my
bad self.
gosh, are you kidding me? Went back to Ghana the right way. Well, they gave me the royal treatment. They did everything. They welcomed me in very well. We talked about a lot of the things. And one of the things I remember him saying was like, there's too much inside of your brain for one person.
I can agree with that.
He said,
Yeah.
there's too much inside of your brain for it. But that's an empire. So they threw me, and it was the fact that it was my birthday, and I was like coming home at the same time as being rebirthed at the same time.
Wow.
So it was an incredible experience.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'll unpack it as I go along. Some of the things that I experienced were incredibly spiritual. They gave me a royal birthday party.
All right now. All right now.
Royal birthday party. Matter of fact, I don't know if y'all can see this online. They gave me some royal sandals. Where my sandals at?
Go ahead with your bad self. Yeah, I can see right there.
No.
Right there. I can see it right there.
Yes, they look great.
Oh, nice.
They look very good.
Very nice.
The royal
Go ahead,
sandals.
Dr. Paul.
All right, there you go.
Hey, congratulations, Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you,
Everybody come off mute.
Mute. That's right. Come on. Mute.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. It's amazing.
Congratulations, Dr. Paul.
Unbelievable.
Dr. Paul. We're proud of you.
Congrats.
God be the glory.
Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy.
Sorry, because that's what I said.
We're back home.
Now, which birthday was this? What number was it? The royal.
Yes.
What was what?
What birthday is this?
February the 24th. Yeah.
He's 27, Lorraine.
I'm 27 years old. That's right. That's right. 27 years old. And my son, well, my name is Kofi Ampa, and my son Jaron is also born on Friday. He's born. His name is Kofi Dotsie.
No wonder. Now I know why.
Another, I know. It's like
we are all nuts. I was born on Friday too. I just looked it up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, brother.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
But I will unpack some more things as we go along, and we've set up an incredible relationship with Ghana now.
Good.
Not only that, but they've given me the umpire, the bracelet, all the things that are connected to the
Man.
So with that, they want me to teach in Ghana now. So we're going to be doing a certification program for those that are wanting to come in through naturopathy, through Ghanaian traditional healers, the way it's supposed to be. We're going to be doing that, and we're going to be doing it through, I'm connected now. They connected me to the University of Cape Coast. So I did a speech there at the University of Cape Coast, with a panel. So we're going to be doing some really incredible things. So, strap on,
Beautiful.
Hold on. It's going to be a beneficial piece for everybody because we're going to connect all the dots. So to God be the glory.
Yes, sir, my friend.
I was like, man, when all this was happening, I was like, this is amazing. Listen, my bell is ringing. Big B, take it real quick, buddy.
I'm not taking anything. I just see that. Hey, look, guys. While he's gone away, we're gonna tell him that we're talking about it. But hey, listen. What is so ironic with this whole thing is that we probably have so many more folk that are right here in this call that are born on Friday. Can you imagine the kind of connection that's going to be as we move forward? Okay. By the way, for those of you who are not muted, would you mind doing that so that we don't get that feedback? If you do that, we're at a point right now and our history. It says fire tablet. Can you mute?
What's going on?
Bill, you should be able to mute him if you co-host.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it over here. Fire. See, I have. Come here. Fire tablet. Would you mind muting yourself, please? There we go. Thank you. See how easy that is? And now we don't get that extra noise. But what I was about to say is, you know what? We as a people, please take a moment to look around at the whole screen. Do you know who you are connected to and who you are related to? Can you think about that? Sometimes, let me just say this to you. Take a moment to send even a private chat or just a chat. Guys, send a private chat to everybody if you can and say, when were you born? And then that's a beginning, to me, a way for us to begin to connect together. You think about that.
Yeah. You know what also I picked up too? I would suggest everyone do their DNA. You ever had that done? And some people may have already had it done. There's a website called FamilyTreeDNA.com. FamilyTreeDNA.com. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that.
Yes.
It's an excellent one. We used to use it for our men's group. And from the men's group, we had a time that's what I was telling you. I did mine a long time ago. I introduced it to my class and we said, this is what we call putting you back on the block, because we know that when slavery, because we did go through Cape Coast Castle and also Elmina Castle, which is another thing that I absolutely say everyone should go through, no matter what nationality you are, go through it just to experience what took place in that piece of history, but also know what part you are and what is your DNA saying about your connection. Like Big B said, you never know who you're connected to.
That's exactly right.
With that family tree DNA, we used to put the guys back on the block, because if you were sold off the block, we say we're going to put you back on the block, but we're going to get you and find out where your family was, where are they now, and we're trying to make you connect back to your family. So with that, FamilyTreeDNA.com, I would recommend you going to that and take a look at it. Has anybody ever been a part of that, by the way, or any type of DNA testing with yourself at all? Has anybody?
Yeah, I have. I'm gonna take a look at it again. but I
Yeah,
do-
yeah, I would definitely,
Yeah, I
yes.
have.
I was
Yeah.
too. I was too.
Mhm.
I think it's very important. It's very important. If you've had that, you can actually take all the data and input it into the family tree DNA. So if it's 23andMe or African Ancestry or any of those, it can be accumulated and assimilated into one database, which is family tree DNA.
So I am. I know.
So that's something to keep in mind, okay? So,
Can I ask a question?
sure.
Did you have to get vaccinated? 3 questions. How
Yeah.
was the water on the flight? And then
Oh.
how was the water there?
Yeah, the water, that was the biggest issue that we had.
Yeah.
And the biggest issue was water. Okay. I told, it's interesting that my stomach still is not back in the balance right now.
Yeah.
Still feel like it's doing backflips right now. And that's because I took my parasite formula with me, and I think it would have been a whole lot worse if we did.
It hadn't. Wow.
If I did not take my parasite formula, I would not be in a state of balance right now at all. But I can tell that there's something going on. And this is because of the water. I believe the biggest problem that I saw that was going on in Ghana had a lot to do with the fact that they didn't have good quality water. Everybody was selling purified water.
Mm.
And I think that's understandably, yes, we want purified water, but guess what? I started going around to the locations when we were doing the feasibility, and I started investigating some of the lagoons and places there. I captured some of the water. I tested some of the water. Guess what? They had some of the purest water on the planet in the lagoons. And I said, well, why isn't this water being distributed to the people? So I think that it's Africa. I think there's a lot of politics involved, but that's one of the missions that we're going to be doing, is trying to get really good water and for the people. Yeah, because it really is an issue. And also, what was the other question? You were asking about the other question. What was the other one? Vaccinations? Yep, you do not play, and I've always told people, do not play with this yellow fever thing, meaning that you don't want to get caught up in customs. Now, with that, I always say you can get the shot, but just make sure that you are before, during, and after you're detoxing yourself. Now, this particular one is not like an RNA, an mRNA, or something like that. It's not those. This is an 80-year-old shot. So basically, it's more of a technicality than anything. This is something that really has probably zero resistance, but it's more of a protocol involved that you do not want to get caught up in customs. So with that being case, yes, you need to get that done. I have someone that's part of anybody know the Holy, the Holy Redeemer or Health Redeemer, has over right off of Hunting Valley, in, where is it? Meadowbrook. It's in Meadowbrook. They have a travel clinic over there. I would suggest if you're doing any travel, go through there, because they will give you all the heads up on any and everything you need to do when you're doing any travel out of the country.
Is that with the hospital?
Mm-hmm. Right, as
It's
part
Holy
of the
Redeemer.
Holy Redeemer.
Yeah, it's Holy Redeemer.
Yep, right there. In the back, there's a building right in the side, or in the back side of it. There's an excellent travel clinic that you go to, and they will give you everything you absolutely need in knowing what to do in any country that you're going to. I'd say this is the best information I ever got, was going through them. So yes, we are detoxing before, during, and after from anything. It's an 80-year-old shot. So that's something that was not of my concern. My concern was mRNA. Was it a new one? They are coming out with an mRNA version of that, but this was not one of them that was there. So I had a long talk with, the folks that were there, the people. They did a lot of research, so we're clear on that. What was the other question? One more question you asked, right?
I think that was it. The airplane right there with the water.
Yeah, I was looking at I believe that it's the water and the ice in the drinks and things that they have on these planes. Because every time I had anything that had Like if it was like an apple juice, you know how they put ice in it?
Mm-hmm.
Man, my stomach started doing flips. I was doing backflips. It's definitely the purified waters. I don't drink them. So immediately it started causing problems. So whenever you're traveling, this is a word of thumb for everybody. If you're traveling around and you don't want to deal with the water issues, then you start to get your water from H3O, which is going to be fruit. Got it? So that's what I did, a lot of fruit. I did a lot of coconuts. I did a lot of like they'll cut the coconut right off the top. And then, I'll throw a straw in it. That was my main drink right there the whole time.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yep. So juice from, the fresh juice, fresh squeezed juice. I had a lot of hibiscus, a lot of ginger, fresh pineapple, fresh orange juice. All of those were good. That's where I stayed in. H3O, we call that.
Yeah.
H3O.
Yeah.
So that's where we get your water from if you're traveling, especially if you're not used to the space of what they're doing with the water. But yeah, major issue is water there.
That's why I don't like traveling. Because I like my.
Uh-oh, she got blanked off. She blanked off. What did she say?
She didn't get a chance to finish.
Yeah.
You're starting and just
Sorry
boing.
about
just went away.
that. Yeah, all right. Let's go. Big B, let's get started. I
All
want
right.
to go into any other, and how we always start off is with testimony.
Testimony, yes.
I wanted to give that as my first testimony to start off because, I missed the platform. I missed the folks, the questions and things, and then we go into, but I learned a lot, and I'll be unpacking these things as we go along. And I want to not take away the opportunity for someone to ask questions and concerns and things that they have that may be for the family tree this evening. So without further ado, anyone have a testimony, anything on their heart and mind they want to talk about, anything that they've used and they, since we've been off.
Let me say this, Dr. Ball, before we go. Anybody else? Hey, guys, I'm done rehab, y'all. Look at that.
Well, go ahead, Big B. Go
Done
ahead.
rehab, y'all.
Everybody, come on.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's right, Big B. Hold that back up there.
Congratulations.
Bam, y'all. Taking no stuff.
Big B, hold that certificate back up there.
Wait, Dr. Cole, there you go, right
Hold
there.
that certificate back up there.
See that?
Right.
Look at that,
Wait,
y'all.
read that certificate, buddy.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what? It's eerie because you begin to get yourself back. You get your body back. My pastor said to me, he said, I don't understand this. I said, well, he said, I didn't have a heart attack, but you more buff than I am. I told him that's because I'm hot like that. Bam.
There you go.
Go ahead.
Listen,
Yeah.
for the folk they were very, very kind, and and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have not been a person that's been favorable towards hospitals these days because some of us have been through some crazy things. All right.
Yep.
But the folk over here have been extremely, extremely good. And they were there to look at everything that you're doing. They took the extra effort to make sure that I was taken care of. And you know what I was able to do, Dr. Paul? Every day I would go in with a sheet of paper. And my sheet of paper was what? With this being Black History Month ending up, I had a quiz for him. There was a teacher in me. When we talked about Black Wall Street, and we talked about one of the oldest insurance companies, being North Carolina Mutual, and all that kind. They said, "Where do you get that from?" I said, "That's why you need to come to the family tree."
That's right. That's right. Come to the family tree.
They told me I was not. Certainly.
Yes.
I have a question, Dr. Paul. Those cups that you had a while ago now, that purified the water or something like that. Are you able to get more of those?
Oh, which ones? It depends because we talked about a few cups.
A whole bunch of different cups.
Straws or the cups?
It was a cup.
Okay, you're talking about the bitter cups.
The bitter cups, that's what I'm thinking.
Cups, that they never were able to pull those. They were having a problem with people taking advantage of people when they became popular. people started taking advantage of the opportunities.
Yes.
That's when they stopped shipping them, because the
Wow.
biggest issue was getting them in from Guyana. They were coming from Guyana
Okay.
and the forests of Guyana. But when they started becoming very popular online, then they started to, capitalizing on it. And then the connection that was with us, he said, I can no longer get it because there's too many politics involved. But the bitter cups, you're talking about bitter cups.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
still buy them online. You can still buy them online. But it's the bitter wood. Remember, it doesn't have to
Right.
be in a cup. That was just a novelty piece of having a cup where you just pour water in it and let it sit, and it would actually assimilate some of the wood into the water. And now you have a tonic. It's like a shot. You take a shot of a bitter tonic, but you can buy the bitter wood itself and just steep it 3 to 5 minutes. And that same wood can be dried out over and over again until you can use that. So you don't have to have the cup.
Oh,
You
okay.
can use it. And it's very, very well used for diabetes right now in places like
Yes.
Guyana.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, very good.
Thank you.
But if it ever comes back up again, I'll let y'all know. That's all I can say,
Excuse me, Dr. Paul, there's a bitters tonic liquid, like a carbonated drink in the stores. What do you think of that?
Well, it depends on which one you're speaking about. There's the Black Seed Bitters tonic that comes from I believe this one comes from Ghana. And there's several different ones out there. There's also one called the Woodroot tonic.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these are based in bitters, and these bitters are the ones that, whenever you want to clean the gut or go through a cleanse, the bitter herbs is what binds to these bacteria, virus, fungus, parasites, and pulls it out of you. So they're all good. They're all good. That's why I recommend the quinine too. Quinine too. Absolutely.
Awesome.
The quinine tonic remember, that was what kept the slave transition.
Yeah.
Was the quinine. You got it? The quinine, which comes from the cinchona tree. Got it? So the cinchona is the bark off of a tree that basically they pull the quinine or the quinone, which is actually where they come with hydroxychloroquine, the drug, which is to fight malaria. That's what it is. So what's happening with that is it's literally, when it breaks down to it, it is a parasite killer. That's what it does. So the quinine is what was actually resistant to the malaria because it was killing. Like when they were dealing with the slave trade, they couldn't resist the slave, like the Spaniards, the French, the Portuguese, all those that were enslaving, they couldn't deal with the massive amounts of mosquitoes. A lot of them died, but the quinone is what kept it going. So, yeah, quinone is a good one. So if you can get quinone, but non-carbonated, you got to get it now. It's hard to get. You got to special order it if you don't want it carbonated, because most of them you buy in the store is carbonated.
You're right about that. All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Any more testimonies, guys, before we go and begin to take some of the
I have
This is
a
from the chat.
testimony. I have it.
Mark, hold on, let's see, get Sasha, and then we'll come to you, Mark, all right? Sasha?
Hi, I just wanted to ask a question about the quinine for lupus. Can you use that the same way the hydroxychloroquine is used for lupus?
Well, it depends. I would recommend an assessment first before anything. But the same principles are based in that it's coming from the same thing. Now, if I were to give you my better judgment of what would be better, it would be the quinine from the latest batch of quinine versus a hydroxychloroquine, which was based in 50 years ago. Their principles or what their samples come from things like 50 years ago. Just like I was telling y'all about the yellow fever. That's an active virus that's been replicated for 80 years. So don't you think this earth has changed? It's changed a million times.
Sir.
So that's really not becoming effective at all. So I would say quinine from things like the cinchona. I would research more of the cinchona, but I would start with an assessment first. Okay. All right. Let's see what
Okay.
else we got there, buddy.
Anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why don't we go up in the corner? Let's get Neetha, and then we'll come back. I'll filter through some of the things in the chat. Neetha, you're there. You're first up.
Grand Risings, everybody. Missed everyone.
Risings.
Yes, yes, yes.
Missed everyone. Yeah.
It was unfortunate you were gone, but it was fortunate for me because the last 2 sessions you didn't hear from me because my microphone wasn't working, and I had to put my computer in the shop.
Oh, we were
and I just got it out Sunday.
See, ha.
I was wondering.
I want to say happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And happy heavenly birthday to Cody Anderson. His birthday's this month as well.
Yeah, it's the day. I think his is the day after mine. That's why.
Right.
That's why when we talking.
Yeah,
that was my buddy. Yeah.
You know what? I went to Africa back in 1996, and back then I was parasite cleansing. And when the day we got back, I did the parasite cleanse to try to eliminate, any stomach issues. And that, you know what? I think I may have had that norovirus. I don't know, Dr. Paul. I was supposed to go to Florida, my son and I, on Saturday, February 3rd. And that morning I got hit.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't go. And I vomited from 4 o'clock to midday.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Both ends.
Yeah.
And I became very dehydrated. And I think it was Sunday when I started to take sips of water. And Monday is when I started eating something, and it was vegetables. But I was so dehydrated. And I have to admit, and I will let everyone know when we get everything going, my daughter already has a home care, but she only does infusion right now. Home infusion, anyone who needs any type of IV home infusion. So I was blessed that she hydrated me. She gave me 1 liter of fluids on that Saturday and 1 liter that Sunday. That way I didn't have to go to the hospital.
All right.
That's great. Great
And
to hear.
we are working on getting Medicare certification. So I will be going out doing home visits.
All right. Now, Neetha, can anyone, if they have questions or anything, is it all right for them to contact you, or are you set up ready to at least
they can definitely contact me, because what's happening is, in order to get Medicare certification so we can do skilled with her IV infusion, she doesn't have to be Medicare certified for that. But to do skilled home visits like I do now with another agency, you have to be Medicare certified. And we have to, in order to get certified, we have to, and because we have to be surveyed, but we have to have 10 patients that we have to do pro bono.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to go see the first patient tomorrow. We have to do 10, and we have to discharge 3 of them. And Medicare will have to come in and do a survey, and before we can get certified, and then we'll be out full blown going. So I will let everyone know when we're ready.
I got a new one over there.
So when we're ready, because it'll be good, because I'm taking my certification for wound specialist. I've been one since '93, but you have to certify every 5 years. So I'm going for my certification for that. So we will be offering these things, and it's called Alara Home Health.
Excellent.
ALERS.
Put that in the chat, Neetha.
Give Neetha a hand. Neetha, you are on the scene. You are making it happen. Everybody come off mute for Neetha.
Right. That's exactly right. Yes.
We appreciate it so much.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Because everywhere I go, all my patients, it's just so they happen to have a bottle of water sitting out there. And then that's the first thing I noticed. That's not good water you're drinking.
Yeah, that's an opening line, ain't it?
I
Every time. Yes.
And one thing, Dr. Paul, I'm gonna ask you on the dandelion. I started it in July. I buy the powder. I always try to get powders when I can because they get right into your bloodstream quicker than taking pills and things like that. And I finished it in the fall because it was a big bag and I finished it. Do you have to just continue to do it or can you do it in seasons?
What, the dandelion root?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, that's not one that, not like the golden seal where you have the protocol. You can take this one and, you know, you can take this throughout. It's because it does so much good for the lymphatic system. That's what I find it more beneficial. And it also is excellent for circulation, which really works really well for a lot of people. So it's liver, it's kidneys, it's circulation, and the lymphatic system. So it's 4 things.
Okay, so I can just take that continually.
Yep.
Every day. Okay.
Yeah, you can take that one.
Good. That's good to know. So I can purchase it again and just continue with it.
Yeah, the ones that you got to watch out for, they fall in the lines of things like berberine. You know, berberine family. You know, that would be like the you know, things like the golden seal roots or things that have berberine, like maybe like the Oregon grape or something like that. Those are things that have things that you got to watch taking it for a long period of time because they demand so much water to keep it moving. So,
and one other thing I want to mention for diabetics, because I just, as a matter of fact, found this out from my son, because I have been diagnosed with diabetes and I've had it for years, and I'm really getting things under control because I'm only taking one medication now. But I know Dr. Puff have heard of, I know they check your A1C and they do your routine glucose drawing by way of venipuncture instead of finger stick. But doctors don't check for insulin levels. And my son mentioned it that he said, "Mom, do you know what your insulin level is?" I said, What do you mean? I said, there's a test for that, and it's C-reactive. I think it's C-reactive protein. And I said, I'm going to, and I've been doing some research on it. And it is, if you Google insulin levels, you will read all about that. And people's insulin levels can be very high before they get into that pre-diabetic or diabetic phase, you know, before they diagnose. And you can request, and I'm due to have blood work done in April, but I'm going to tell the doctor, look, I want an insulin level done so I can see. So for those of you who are diabetics, please Google insulin levels and read up on that.
Yeah,
you gotta get those under control.
And that gives you a warning heads up, you know, where your numbers are and are you assimilating properly? So insulin levels are excellent, and that's definitely do exactly what she said. Go to Google, punch in insulin levels, and you'll see a lot of different things that are up there that can help you with whatever your situation is. Now, I want to go back that up with understanding that it goes back to what? What's the key word for diabetes? Is
concentration.
Concentration, y'all. Too much dehydrated products. You know, it's the stuff that's in the stores that is so processed that it's dehydrating you from the inside out. So just keep all that in mind. Stay up on your water. Stay away from concentration, refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils, hydrogenization, and fermentation. Those are the things that you got to watch out for. Right. Thank you, Nitha. Appreciate you. All right. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. All right. Let's see. Big B, anybody? We want to go on up and start to get the questions going.
Yes.
Right.
We'll go right through because I will get quite a few. Okay. All right. Camille Thompson. Camille, you there?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
I'm here.
Thank
I'm
you.
here. Happy birthday, Dr. Paul.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So my question is, how do you feel about yoni steaming?
What was that?
A yoni steaming?
Okay, you mean the
little toilet little bowl that you sit on and you just like, you know, steam the herbs and stuff like that. Yeah.
For women? You mean for
yes,
the
it's
one?
for women.
Yeah. Yeah, we covered
I'm only
that one.
asking because they use herbs inside of there.
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely good. They did a whole Matter of fact, that's been very much trending on the internet right now. And I do
Yeah.
highly recommend them, and women have said that it's heavenly. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard
So-
good things about it, but I didn't know like what herbs to use because Amazon sell third-party products, so I didn't know. I wanted to check
Yeah,
with you
well,
first.
perfectly, you would use any of the herbs that were dealing with detox, which would be like, and we have a whole list of them. And Prophetess,
Okay.
those that we've talked about for detox, same concepts with douching with that. See, and this is for keeping the cervix clean, the whole
Yeah.
vaginal, everything. This is all therapeutic because thermal opens up the pores. So it allows your body to now absorb those, specific herbs for those areas. So fibroid, cysts, tumors, cervical
Yes.
issues, anything that you're going through, that's not a bad idea. And no,
Okay.
I do highly recommend it. Now, some of the kits that you get already come with the herbs. Some of
Yeah.
them do that. I would say go through someone, not just like Amazon, go through a website that is actually doing it, so they give you proper instruction if you have any questions on how to use it. All right.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you. And then my second question is oil pulling. What
Mhm.
do you coconut oil? You use coconut oil or sesame seed?
I would say sesame seed oil would be
Okay.
my first choice because we call her the queen of oils.
Yes.
Watch out for coconut oil, period. And that's for any
Mhm.
and everything because they are taking coconut oil, they're giving you unrefined, and it's also been organic, but they're
Mhm.
hydrogenating. It's hydrogenated, so which is a problem. You don't want hydrogenated oils at all. To keep it on the shelf longer, they're hydrogenated. You remember hydrogenation comes back from Procter and Gamble back in the day.
Yeah.
Procter and Gamble. So what they're doing is just a form of just preserving it on the shelf. But if you're taking some of that stuff and you're oil pulling with it, that can be a problem. So
Okay.
great oils, oil pulling. For those that don't know what oil pulling is, go to my website. You can download under downloads and articles. But you go to my website, get the article on oil pulling. You got it? Oil pulling is an ancient Vedic Indian concept, goes back thousands of years of pulling toxins out of the body by simply taking an unrefined oil and swishing in the mouth. If you do this for about 15, 20 minutes, you can pull bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, all kind of stuff out of your body. When they looked in the microscope to see what people were pulling out, they were pulling out live organisms out of their body.
Mm.
Very, very powerful technique. And yes, they're still doing it in places around the world. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay,
All right,
thank
you
you.
got-
Appreciate you.
All
Mhm.
right. Up next is Troy. Troy, you there? I see your head. There you
Yes.
go, buddy.
How you guys doing?
Hey,
Good.
Troy, what's up, buddy?
I'm actually asking a question on behalf of my wife. She had an unfortunate situation about a week ago, which required her to be hospitalized. The diagnosis was diverticulitis. She was having pains in her lower abdomen, and it was to the point where they actually keep her for 4 days. So my question is, and they're saying she can't eat seeds, roughage, stuff like that because of the pockets in the intestines.
That is correct.
What do you recommend that she can do as far as diet and herbs in regards to reversing this, and hopefully that doesn't come up again? Because I'm really nervous about this because this was pretty serious. She was out of it for a while.
Yeah. So what happens is it's when it's like these little pouches, diverticula actually develops. It's actually a digestive tract issue. So it's actually watching out these holes actually sort of get opened up, and therefore things like seeds can actually get trapped in those areas. And then when it covers it, now it's a seed or something or bacteria is now trapped. When that happens, it can get infected and can really cause a lot of big problems. So what do? We go back to things like aloe vera gel. I usually slow walk this one. I slow walk it by taking first things like aloe vera gel. And this is not the diagnosed treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. This is traditionally what's used. You take the aloe vera gel because you need something that not only soothes and keeps the moisture in that line, but also something that's going to start to now cleanse at the same time. Remember, inflammation is on the skin. Remember, skin on the outside, skin on the inside. Got it? So if there's inflammation that's happening on the inside, you need something that deals with both, and that would be aloe vera gel. I would use that first only to, like, for example, when I'm sure she was having a lot of digestive, was she in a lot of pain?
Yeah, to the point where
Yep.
we had to go to the hospital.
Yep. So what's happening is that's inflammation. So you would start to take that immediately and try to, before any food, you would always take aloe vera gel, like 2 to 3 tablespoons before any foods, or whenever you start to feel that, to give it a chance to work itself in. Watch out for acid forming foods. Now, you got to go back to the foods that she was eating and things like that. Be very, very careful with certain things because it can get infected also. It's inflamed. Pouches in the lining start to get it. It can be very complicated, but that's why I say start slow with things like aloe vera gel. There are some other herbal things that you can do also. There's one that's basically, some people will use, called slippery elm. Slippery elm, it's a tea. Okay, slippery elm has its name and its lore based on that very thing. Also marshmallow root. These are things that calm that area down. Also calendula or calendula.
Calendula, yes.
Okay, these are just some of the herbs that are good for digestive, cooling the inflammation down. So it doesn't have to be all of them. Just one. All right.
Thanks, Dr. Paul.
And definitely, I hope she feels better.
What, I'm sorry, Dr. Paul, what was after slippery elm?
Calendula. What else?
Marshmallow root.
Marshmallow root. Yep.
Thank
This
you.
is off the top of the head sometimes, y'all. Don't ask me to remember.
Prophet, you always getting young, Prophet, so you gotta watch out.
I just got off the plane, y'all. I'm so dizzy. All right, but yeah, I would say, did you get them all? Marshmallow root, slippery elm, calendula.
Spell that, because I don't have time to go look for that. Spell that.
CALEND as in David, ULA. All right. Okay, good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. This is really good stuff. Diverticulitis is affecting a lot of people. And I'm a strong, let me tell you, it's the processed foods, y'all. We are just being exposed to stuff, and it's not necessarily your fault. I'm gonna come to your rescue. Because in America, there's no mandatory labeling laws. So a lot of them are not telling or have the accountability to tell you what's in the food. So a lot of this stuff is being altered at extreme rates, and things that are being genetically modified. So just understand that you got to do something. So protect your gut by doing things like aloe vera gel. You might want to just, after every meal, just take some aloe vera gel. Got it? As a protection, as a preventative. Okay, keep that in mind.
Absolutely, Dr. Paul. I see an increase in patients when I go see them in their home to start home care. Diagnosis is diverticulitis. Diagnosis.
And there's a major it's a major GI issue going on right now with a lot of people. It's affecting a lot of the children. It spreads very quickly. See, you going in the store, you're going behind somebody who has it, you touch the knob, touch your nose, you got it. That fast. That's how fast this thing is moving. So just make sure hands, spray yourself down with some thieves oil, things like that. Keep yourself clear. All right.
All right. Jump in the corner now. We've got Robin. Robin, you next. And then after Robin, Yvette. Go ahead, Robin.
Hi, Dr. Paul. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you, Robin. Appreciate you.
I have a question. I wanted a follow-up question about the liver flush for gallbladder issues.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said to do it take it for 7 days. Is there a certain time of day that I should take it?
No, yeah, I would say closer around the times of the midday where your energy's strong. So it can
Okay.
be like afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, around those times. You know, you want to
And-
not do it on an empty stomach, necessarily. Okay. Now try not to do it on an empty stomach too much. Okay, because you have something on the stomach, it may be a little strong for you the first time.
Okay.
Okay, so I would start off slow, and then as you get used to it, then some people can do it without food or have it on there, but you got to be careful if you're not used to certain types of flushes like that. Okay.
And does it help dissolve gallbladder stones?
Mm-hmm. Remember, we talked about one of the many things that dissolve stones in the body, and one of the simplest of them is literally apple juice. Apple juice. Yeah. Apple juice. Yep. 100% organic apple juice. And with that, laying on that side, will help tremendously also. But I gave all those, and Prophetess, I don't know if you have all those. You have all those flushes? You do? You're on mute.
I'm sorry. I have the flush, which for kidney, spleen, and liver.
Okay. And it
But
should
not
have been
any, but not any specific herb or juice. This is the first time I'm hearing about the juice.
Yeah, well, it's actually a juice. That's what you're creating. So it's actually, there's a flush also for stomach. Did you get the stomach flush? Yeah, okay, good. So all of those, they all are pretty much creating a juice because you're using the lime juice, things like that.
Right. Oh, I will get them in the chat box as soon as possible.
Okay,
Okay.
good stuff.
And
All
then my
right.
last question is, what is the benefit of the liver flush? Like, what does it help?
Well, remember what your liver does. The liver is the nuclear reactor for your body. So it's connected, it does about 1,000 different things. Number one is housing all of the energy. So when people are saying, I'm tired all the time, I'm fatigued, it's usually your liver. On the side of cleaning the blood, it's the most important organ that's able to regenerate itself and regrow itself, which is powerful. Not only that, but on the spiritual side, that's connected to your emotions. We call it the organ of the emotions, drama, trauma. Sometimes you can detox the liver to sort of deal with issues of loss, things like rivalries, things like breakups, heartbreak, all of that stuff. You clean the liver, you clean your mind. It's the only organ connected directly to your brain. Yeah. It's powerful. That's some powerful stuff right there. We can look in your urine and say you going through something.
Wow. Yeah.
Just by looking at your urine. How about that?
Okay.
So
Thanks, Dr. Paul.
All right,
very
Robin.
important. But
All
most
right.
important, Robin, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Got it? And the right water. Mm-hmm.
All right, Yvette, you're next.
Hi, Dr. Paul, Big Bill, Dr.
Hey,
Paul, welcome
hey.
back.
All right.
You're King. Hi, you're King Paul right now.
Oh man, you know what? I don't know what to expect with this one. Yeah, they rolled out the royal rug.
Just trying to process it all, right?
Yes,
That's
yeah.
great.
Process
I'm
this right
excited
now.
for you. I'm
Thank you.
excited for you. And I can't wait to hear more about your journey.
Thank
Definitely.
you. Thank you.
I just wanted to share because I wasn't able to hit the to speak about testimony. Currently, my students are taking a state test, and just to see the growth of their English language over the year, and they have a speaking part. And I noticed that some of my students could not get the words out because they had all this mucus in their chest. And so I heard like gurgling and just like things move. I just knew that it was mucus. So I went to my cabinet where I keep my Crystal Geyser water. I have like 8-ounce bottles that I buy for the students to drink. I gave the student the water, and I'm telling you, it was a miracle. So the student was then, after they drank some of the Crystal Geyser water, they were then able, I could hear that mucus cleared up, just kind of flushed it out. And they were able to articulate. this student could not even say her name.
Wow.
That mucus was just like blocking her from speaking. And there were several students. One student came in feeling fatigued. I gave him some Crystal Geyser water. I said, "How do you feel now?" And I could see that he perked up a lot. So I'm like, well, he can't take a test if he's feeling like this. So, and I'm changing their mindsets where now students are asking for fruit. I have an after school reading program I go to that I teach, and they were giving them like chips and all the, you know, those bag snack foods, the bad foods.
Yeah.
And I asked the person in charge, can you leave fruit for the students? And now the kids are saying, where's the fruit?
Yeah, where's the fruit? Don't give me this mess in here. That's right.
Yes.
You know,
so I've been educating, continuing to educate. I've said, God, this is why you still have me here, because there's so many times I wanted to leave. And this is one of my purposes, to help my students, educate them. And I'm just grateful that I can see their health improving just with water, simple water, and not eating all those bad chips and stuff. And I'm guilty too, because I gave up chips for Lent. So, and I wanted to say to you, Dr. Paul, there's God's voice in my head, and then there's yours. So I'm like, Dr. Paul, I'm sorry, but I gotta eat this now. I'm sorry. I gotta eat this.
Don't want to put no pressure on you now. No,
yes,
really.
it's pressure. I got God's voice and your voice. But I wanted to also ask you, goat cheese versus cow cheese. Is goat cheese okay to eat?
That's a trick question. No goat cheese. No goat cheese or cow. You know, remember that for the mammary glands, you know, for animals, for their young ones, you know, for a goat, it would be a kid, and for the cow, it'd be the calf.
Yeah. Yes.
These are the mammary glands for them, you know, for their production, you know, and when you're doing this, you're upsetting the dynamic of your own gut, you know, so, you know, this stuff is like a glue. It's literally glue.
Yes.
It is casein.
Casein, yeah.
But I remember you said that there were two meats that were alkaline. I believe you said it was goat, and I don't remember the other meat. So
what was low acid? It was low acid. It was low acid. Yeah, and that was going in, I think, lamb. I think it was lamb, or one of them was like, but really and that was actually, it was low acid. I'm sorry. It was low acid, not low alkaline. It was never an alkaline.
Oh, low acid. I'm sorry.
Low acid. Yes, low acid. And that was lamb. Lamb was actually low acid.
If you eat meat, are those safe meats to eat?
Well, remember, you can do the chart that we have, is the acid alkaline food chart. You can do the balance. Remember, it's either stay on the alkaline side, stay away from the acid side, or if you want to mix, you can do what's called 4-to-1. So for every 4 alkaline, you can do 1 acid.
Okay.
Yep. So if you see on the side, you know, you want to get 4 mixed vegetables, you can do some rice, like a brown rice or a wild rice, or a couscous, or some kind of quinoa. And then you can do like vegetables, and then you can have whatever the meat your choice is. You know, we try to transition you off the meat altogether because of what they're doing. But if you got to go that route, that's what you want to do, 4-to-1.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
Excuse me, Dr. Paul.
Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me, real quick. The liver flush. I have a note here that says to take with little water. Did I mistype?
Little water?
Should it be followed with lots of water?
Yeah, it's always lots of water.
Okay, it says take for 7 days, follow with I had little water.
Yeah, you always gotta, you know, the part that's going to make the whole thing happen has to happen with water. You know, like I was telling you, I mean, when you see Ghana, I was like, wow, you all are when I was there, we are on the center of the planet, literally. And I'm literally right on the equator. So everything that comes from here is going to be rich. When I went around and did surveys of the land, everything was red clay.
Yeah.
Red dirt.
Yeah.
When you look down, it looked like you landed on Mars. That's amazing. That is the richest soil on the planet when you see red clay or red dirt. That means anything red is iron. That's high iron. What do you need whenever you have issues with your blood? You need what? They give you what? Iron pills, the building blocks. But guess what? It grows everything. Some of the greatest things that can grow in the soil comes from iron, and that's that red clay. And it just shows you that the planet was connected at one time. You know how you see, you ever heard of the Pangea? You ever heard of a Pangea? The Pangea was when the earth was all like this in one mass. And through what's called massive seafloor spreading, started to move apart like this.
Yep.
Matter of fact, you can look at the map and see how it actually
There you go.
goes back, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, don't you know that parts of Africa was connected right to America too,
Well,
right?
that's how the brothers got here. They
And
walked.
that's why you can see certain areas. My cousin brought this to my mind the other day. He says, you know, down in North Carolina, they got that red clay. I said, what? He said, yeah, down in North Carolina, they got the red. And then it hit me. I said, wow. That's because that red dirt has everything to do with the foundations of the planet. That's the bentonite, the bentonite. The bentonite can, like, you ever heard of bentonite clays and things like that? You might see people say they used to eat clay. You ever heard people eat clay? Stuff like that. Yeah, but
Dr. Moore, you ever think about this? Adam, created from the dust of the ground, right? The name Adam translates, red earth. Shut up.
There you go. There you go, BB. Just drop the bomb. I need some sound effects.
Translates red earth, my friend.
Yes, absolutely. Red earth. And we mean it because that's exactly what's there. And on the lands, I saw saw palmetto and hibiscus that just went for miles. It just went for miles of these things that are just there, just growing wild. So incredible stuff. So yes, the water has to be better because it's filtered by things like that red clay. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got there, buddy.
All right, man. Up next, we've got Betty and then Haraya. Betty?
Hello. Hi.
Yes, go right ahead.
Thank you. So my mom is continuing to develop like kidney stones. And I know she has been doing celery juicing. She's leveled her kidney levels off, stabled them from kidney failure. So that's a positive, but she recently developed another stone, 3 milliliters is small. I'm wondering, I know you mentioned apple juice, would it be good for dissolving? What type of apple juice was it?
Yeah, anything that's you try to get as organic as possible. Make sure, non-concentrated. If it is concentrated, make sure it's just organic, unrefined. If you can find, any, there's remember Martindale's, I think it's Martindale's, one of those that's really good. That's a good one. Or any one that you get, try to get it as the best that you can. Now, with that, I would also say dissolving stones, make sure the water's on point. And I'm sure you're making sure she's got the water on point, right? Water's
working with it. I asked her today, she does between 64 and she said to 80, but I'm probably thinking 64. So we got to do better.
Remember, half the body weight in ounces, right?
Okay.
Half the body weight. So whatever her weight is, what's her weight right now?
Probably about 165, maybe.
Okay, so 165, she's looking at, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 82 and a half ounces.
Okay,
that's about 82 and a half ounces. Divide that by 16.9. So you're looking at about 5 bottles. 4.8 to be exact.
Good celery have too much sodium?
No, one thing you got to watch out for, if she keeps getting him, something else is concentrated. Watch out. Does she like teas?
I believe so. Yes. Yes, she does.
Okay. So she's got to watch out for certain teas. Okay. Certain teas like oxalates. Do you know about oxalates?
I thought you said cheese. You mean tea, T-E-A-S.
Teas, like tea.
Okay.
Does she drink tea?
She does.
Okay, what kind of teas does she drink?
I believe she tries this. She has some kind of mixture with like dandelion and things like that.
Okay, I would back off the teas right now.
Okay.
Okay, until you can get the grip on the what's happening with the calcification of that, she may be exposing herself to the wrong teas that are creating what's called oxalates. Okay, write that down. Oxalates. OXALATES. Oxalates.
Okay.
See, oxalates are formed from the natural formation of the plant, but it's a protection device for calcification for the plant. Okay, but it can override the plant sometime, and it's found in a lot of teas, a lot of black teas.
Okay.
Where you can go in and punch in teas with oxalates.
Okay.
Okay.
What
punch
about
it in.
coffee? What about coffee?
Yeah, what about it?
Does it have oxalates in it?
No, it's not about oxalates. It's about dehydration with coffee. Definitely, coffee will dry you inside out. The better of that, the better of that would be the mushroom coffees. If you're going to do coffee, I would do that. The mushroom coffees.
I know she does spinach too, so that has oxalates in it too, doesn't it?
That's correct. You got a lot of oxalates in a lot of them. Let me give you black tea, green tea, oolong tea, white teas, purple teas, any of those. Yep. Those, they have a lot of high oxalates. Yep. Green tea.
So she did a urine test recently, and the urine test is showing high levels of calcium.
Yeah, it could be very much the oxalates.
Get ready to start talking.
See what's happening with the oxalates.
Could they come from the chloral calcium?
Not that chloral. That's bioavailable.
So
see,
is this a different calcium that the doctor is seeing?
Yeah. Well, let me see. Let me give you the breakdown. I mean, this is very important. I hope everybody's listening. When they do tests for calcium, if she's taking chloral calcium, you said she's taking chloral calcium?
She was taking chloral calcium, yes.
Okay. All right. Chloral calcium is bioavailable, which means that when you take it, you pee it out. Now, there are 9 types of calcium. 9. They only test for 1. So it's going to show up as high. But you have to make sure if you're taking chloral calcium, you tell your doctor, I'm taking a bioavailable calcium, which comes out of the ocean. That's the difference.
Well, that was said, and it was a deer in the headlight look.
Yeah, because they don't have any other way of understanding. They haven't been educated on it.
So is there any other way I can help them understand? Like, which calcium are you talking about? Which of the 9?
No, I think you have to point to the very point that I was saying. You got to look for these oxalates. She's still doing teas. If she got calcification, she can't be on no teas.
Okay.
It's probably the oxalates coming from the tea. That's probably what's going on. So I would stray that way first, because we know the calcification happens with the lack of presence of magnesium. Chloral calcium has natural magnesium presence, so it breaks itself down. That's why it's bioavailable. Got it? Not like the calcium that you buy in the store. See, that stuff is you can get too much of that because there's no presence of magnesium. You got it?
So chloral calcium has magnesium. This is probably
natural source of magnesium is in the source. So it's also bioavailable. It's coral from out of the ocean. So the issue really is going back to, you got to watch those teas she on. She shouldn't be doing no teas at all.
Is there should she be concerned about Himalayan sea salt?
Himalayan sea salt. These are all natural minerals. These are all natural minerals. The only thing that she has to be spot on with, she's got to be spot on with her water. Got it? And staying away from those oxalates. Those are the 2. Those are the 2 things that cause the calcification, kidney stones.
Thank you so much.
All right, Betty. Never a problem. Isn't it good? Isn't it good to come to the tree, y'all? The stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Up next is Haraya. Haraya, then Ellen. Haraya?
Yeah. Good evening. Peace and blessings, Dr. Cook.
Dr. Kofi, peace and
Dr.
blessings.
Kofi.
You need to stop, girl.
Anyway, it's good to have the family back. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to I didn't really have a question. Well, I forgot what my question was, but I did want to say that the First Lady over at Zion Baptist Church discovered that they have the 16-ounce bottles of Crystal Geyser in the 24 size case at Rite Aid.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Now that's at the Rite Aid. We found it at the Rite Aid in Bryn Mawr on Lancaster Avenue. But I would think if people called over to, you guys, I would think if people called over to other Rite Aids, they might find it, you know. But the other thing I wanted to say is that I wanted to let everybody know that my daughter's been drinking the green drink. Take her in the hallway. My daughter's been drinking the green drink continuously and taking the Hootenanny, and then we got the black seed bitters, the black seed bitters, and she is off the breathing machine.
All right now.
Oh, everybody come off of mute.
I know that's right. See? What's up? Hate to hear that, Harai. Hate to hear that.
You don't know how. I mean, because she's younger than me, you know, like I'm only 25, so
Let us pray. Hallelujah.
Glory to God.
But the thing about it is that I couldn't see it. I said, you know, she never smoked or anything like that. Why in the world should she be on a breathing machine, you know? And my God, you know, taking this Hootenanny, the black seed bitters, some other things too, and religiously drinking that green drink, you know. So I asked every day. I say, how many times did you have to get on the machine? She said, I didn't have to get on it at all, you know. And then lastly, I found out that when you drink the water, you're supposed to sip the water. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the body can't process it if you gulp it down. Is that right?
Well, I mean, it's based on who you know, each person is going to be different, you know. So it's not one method for everyone. Right. There's not one method for everyone. Some people can absorb more water quicker than others, and some will accumulate a lot of gas in pockets based on how they drink. Some people will, you know, so it's each individual their own, you know, that you gotta, I would say, just drink at a moderate level so that, you know, absorb it without rushing, you know.
Okay.
Give your body a chance.
And did you get that print over in Africa, the one that's behind you?
Actually, this is actually one of the prints that we do have. That's actually hanging on my wall in my house. That's actually a backdrop. And yes, it was one that was, and you see what this is? That actually represents male and female principle. And you see the village.
In the middle. Yes.
Village in the middle. Yep. So it represents male and female. And you know, anybody know what this is right here? Wait a minute, where is it? This is right here. What is that right there?
Looks like looks almost like a divining rod.
You detect the water.
It's like a divining rod.
Divining rod. That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah, you detect
for finding water.
Yes, to find water.
Yeah. Did you know that a lot of people in the water company use that when they find in the piping lines? Yeah.
They're not crazy. They're looking for Crystal Geyser. There's not in a bottle.
I'm going out in the park, Big B. We bring the shovel, all right? I'll bring the divining rod.
You got it, buddy.
We're gonna find this water. We're gonna find it somewhere, right?
Yeah, buddy.
We turning so many people on to this water that we're gonna have to start an investment club and go and buy some rights from Crystal Geyser and put Dr. Kofi's water on there or something, and make some money,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Let me tell you, I'm gonna try to work on this Ghana piece, y'all. We got to get this water out.
I know that's right, buddy.
Work on it. We really do. We need.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you. See, water is the activator. If you don't have the right water, nothing works.
Nothing works.
Nothing works. It's always going to be not enough energy to actually kick off the principle and healing properties of the herb. It can't work. That's why I say you got to drink your water. Many people are taking the herbs, but they're not drinking water, and they're wondering what the problem is. It's gonna be the water. It comes back to the water every time. I read a statement, and part of I said I would be bringing y'all little segments of what my trip was involved with. But as we went through, I don't know if y'all know about the Pan-Africanism, about Dr. Kwame. Y'all know Dr. Kwame? Well, Dr. Kwame actually had a statement that he said that when I was walking through there, I'd stop and I froze. And I said, look what he's saying. He said, our development of Africa begins with education of our children and proper education of our children, and the availability of developing our people starts with the availability of water and electricity.
Amen.
Now, guess when he said that? In 1957.
Wow.
He said that in 1957.
That's
and I
deep,
made
guys.
it to the attention. I told the nanas that were there, I said, do y'all see what's going on here? Nothing's changed. The water is still bad. Y'all need to get this water right. So that's something that was a powerful piece that I saw on the wall there. So availability of water means everything. You got to get the right water. Okay. All right. Y'all making this Crystal Geyser thing hot though, boy. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
y'all
it is.
looking at it like a Indiana Jones feature. Y'all just, I saw it at so and so. Let me tell you.
Should a person with kidney stones stop eating spinach?
Well, it's one of the things that you need to be concerned with. You need you got to watch it because it is high in oxalates. So I would pull back off of that. I would do things like the green drinks, things that have land and sea, so that, spinach is not bad. It's just at high levels, it can be a problem.
Right.
Right. All right. Okay, Big B, what do we have?
All right, Doctor. Before we go to Ellen, you know what this is, right, Dr. B?
What's that?
Hey, where am I? It's the pH chart, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, today, as I'm finishing up my last day in rehab, I printed out 6 of these because we had 6 of the young lady nurses there, and I gave them 2 gallons of Crystal Geyser water as a gift. They said, this is for us. I said, yes. And we'll see you on the family trees tonight, or we'll see you on the weekend on the green hour.
Oh man, Big B, let's get Big B a hand.
Man, what you talking about?
Let it go, Big B.
Listen, and you know what she said about 2 of the ladies said, you know what? That's great information. I would never have thought about that.
Yes. It's Physiology 101.
Yes, sir.
First thing you learn in doctor school.
You got to make them think, my friend.
The very first
All right,
thing
up next is Ellen. You there? I see you.
Yes, I am. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Well, again, happy birthday, Dr. Paul. And
thank you. Appreciation.
This is my first time on the tree. I was invited by a girlfriend that's on here, Audrey Drummond. Dr. Paul, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if I'm a lost cause or not. I was recently diagnosed with esophagus cancer. And dealing with esophagus cancer, your throat closes. You're not able to eat, but you can do beverages. Liquids go through, okay? It's been since 2007, I think I came to one of Dr. Hopkins' seminar over at EMAC. And he had all these waters on the table, and he was putting dyes in the water. And my girlfriend bought the water that was done by that big machine.
Yeah. Mhm.
And what she does, she brings me a quart of it. Well, she brings me about a half a gallon twice a week. And I've been trying to take that water in. And then I had a CT scan done. And in the CT scan, they found 3 blood clots, one on each lung and one on my right leg. Another girlfriend of mine sent me a paper from Dr. Paul on onion soup. And onion soup said something in it about the blood clots. Well, I just want to say that I got on that onion soup and I drink 16 ounces of it a day. And where the blood clot was in my right leg, it was swollen, it was painful. There is no swelling, there is no pain.
Shut up, girl. Shut up, Ellen.
Go ahead now. You
Go
go
ahead,
ahead now. Ellen, you about to start something up in here, Ellen.
Heal thyself.
I had the problem with my throat. I still can't get a lot through it. But stop talking to you because it hurts. It gets sore.
Uh-huh.
I can drink a beverage, liquid. I tried to do something like mashed potatoes. It gagged me every time. So all I want to know is, Dr. Paul, I need maybe your website to go look on there and read some stuff you have on there in terms of liquids that could probably help me out as I go along this journey.
The green drink.
Yes.
It's just
green drink, as someone just recently said, would be the key for nutrition. And also you can, that is a meal replacement, meal supplement, and it's a multivitamin. So that would give you a lot of the nutritional levels for making sure making sure that you get a proper amount of nutrients per day. Because if you can't eat and it's causing pain, things like that, I would definitely suggest green drinks. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you have to build the larynx of that area of the throat, right? You said esophageal. You said esophageal.
Esophageal
right?
cancer.
Okay,
Yeah.
esophageal, right. So one of the things that we use is, this is not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. If you can do this combination of tea, this is very good for it. We would I would say get to a store that does all natural herbs, like Wayne Avenue Health Food at 5007 Wayne Avenue. And you get 2 herbs. Okay. 2, actually, let's take it 3 herbs. Okay. One is alfalfa.
ALPHA.
AL.
I'm writing.
FALFA.
FA.
FA.
Okay, alfalfa. And with alfalfa, you want, the other one would be nettle. Or this goes by the name of stinging nettle. Stinging nettle.
Stinging. Like a beer sting. Stinging.
Stinging. Right, but it's not that it's going to cause that. It's called stinging nettle because if you were out in the woods and next thing you know, you felt a little stinging, you probably were brushing up against it. That's where it's called stinging nettle. So that's all it is. So if you take this along with alfalfa, okay, this just traditionally was taken, that can bring both strength and cleanliness to the larynx and the esophagus in that entire region. That's one thing. The other one is called cat's claw. Cat's claw. Or if you can't get cat's claw, it would be called devil's claw. These are specifically for issues with that area and region of the esophagus. Okay. So take it as a tea, okay? And you can take it usually about twice a day. Usually that's just generally what it's taken, about twice a day.
All 3 of these I can take as a tea?
You can take it as a tea. And all you would do is just a little bit is all you need, usually 1 teaspoon, like a teaspoon, and you can steep it 3 to 5 minutes. You have a tea ball steeper?
No, I don't know what that is.
Huh?
I don't even know what that is.
A tea ball steeper, like a steeper. It could be like a tea bag. It's for loose tea. Like if you go to an herbal store, they
It's
have
a
a little
ball.
ball. It's like a
A
little
little
tea
ball.
ball. You open the ball up, you put the tea in it,
And just let it hang
and you
in.
close it, and just let it steep into the hot water.
Oh, okay.
That's all you
Buy
do.
one. She don't know. She
Yeah.
got one.
A T-ball steeper.
Yes.
Yep, tea-ball steeper, or it can be cheesecloth also. You can apply cheesecloth. You have tea bags? It's like a tea bag, right? It's a tea bag. That's cheesecloth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either one of those, anything that allows it to capture into the hot water, to steep it 3 to 5 minutes. That's all you need.
So can I go on Amazon?
Do that twice a day.
Yes.
On Amazon?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
However, if you're going to get the tea, the loose tea, Wayne Avenue does have it. So it would be
Yeah,
better.
I would rather, I would say definitely go somewhere that you can go to
You
a,
gave me 507 Wayne Avenue.
yeah, 5007.
Right.
They may also have the tea steeper too.
Yeah.
They will have it. They do have it.
Yep, you got all of them.
But you can't.
So these are the things that, so follow me now. Alfalfa brings strength. Okay, that's when strength. Nettle deals with things like alkalizing the esophagus. So things like bacteria, things like flu, virus, those are the things that it deals and tackles with. Got it? And then that's going to help you get your voice or anything. Are you having issues with speaking, you said?
My voice go, because when my throat start hurting, I got to stop talking.
Right. Now, also, there's a method of doing, make sure you're not speaking from your throat.
Your throat, yes.
Okay? Yep. Follow this one very closely. When you speak from your voice box.
Yes.
Okay? It can be, were you ever a smoker at all?
Yes.
Okay, so this can be definitely from smoking.
Yeah.
But also, you gotta make sure that you're not speaking from the throat. See, if you ever, we actually had this conversation a while ago, and I remember we covered this. If you take your finger, everybody take your finger, everybody hold your finger up, everybody hold your finger up. Everybody hold a finger up, hold the finger up, make sure everybody participates. Take it and put it right under your Adam's apple. You feel the Adam's apple? Right above that, right there. Got it? No, the Adam's apple a little higher there, Carol G. A little bit higher. Right there. There you go. Right above, or sitting on top of that Adam's apple right there. That is your voice box.
Yes.
If you notice that you're seeing, if you start to say something, something like that, that is your voice box. That is where you project from. Ellen, are you doing this?
Yeah, I'm going to see. You don't think?
This is important for you. This is very, very important. So when you're having that finger up there on that voice box right there, that's where you should be projecting from.
Yes.
Now, when we start getting excited, or we start to, things get distracting, that moves from there into the throat, under the bottom. That's when we lose our voice. That's when we starting to have issues. So just make sure to stay on the voice box. All you would do, take your finger back to that area again, right to there, and you would just say, ah, 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 ah. Just like that. You feel it? You feel it? You feel the vibration right there on the top. Ah, 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 ah,
Mute, Eunice.
Right?
I'm going to talk from that part right there.
That's where you would talk from, right there. Now, as soon as you get excited, we go to concerts, we go to parties, we drop into the throat, and then that strains, and that's when people say they lost their voice. That means if anybody lose their voice or something like that, or that's usually the sign of strain in that area. So you want to help you to regain your ability so that you can last a little longer. Stay on the voice box.
Well, Dr.
Stay on
Paul,
the
I
voice.
have everything here. I'm gonna go on your site, but I want to let you know that I also started on True Sea Moss. The girlfriend who introduced me to the tree bought me sea moss.
Yeah, sea moss is part of the what? That's this. Remember, we say land and sea.
And sea.
Yeah. So you can add that to your green drink. Absolutely.
Well, I'll be at 5:07 this weekend. Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate
all right,
you.
guys, we've got 4 hands or 5. I don't know if we can get all of them. We'll try. Brandy, Stephanie, Delia, Sasha. So Brandy, you're up next. You there? Brandy, you there? All right,
Hey,
then.
Brandy there? Brandy?
Yes, I'm here. I
Okay,
was trying to unmute myself. Sorry.
All right. It's 9 o'clock, guys, so let's get it done as soon as possible.
Okay.
That's right,
Hey, Brandy.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is
Yeah.
my very first time on here.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I was invited from a new friend, and I just had a few questions. The first question, well, I was recently diagnosed with sleep apnea, and I was wondering, is there any herbal remedies or anything that I can do to get rid of that diagnosis?
According to Mayo Clinic, esophageal cancer is cancer that occurs.
Mute somebody, mute yourselves.
Mute yourself.
Okay, go ahead, Brandy.
Okay, so I was wondering, is there anything that I can do to get rid of that diagnosis of sleep apnea?
Well, a lot of things happen with that. You have to be in balance. There are some herbs that are good for.
Mute yourself, Flo.
Flo, make sure you
Mute yourself, Flo. Thank you.
Y'all crack me up. Boy.
There we go. There we go.
All right. All right, who is that? That's
Says Galaxy A03. There you go.
AOL. I try to keep the line open. I don't want to have to mute everybody. All right. So you're looking at more of, I would say, rhythmic circadian rhythm issues. Okay, now what is that? That means rhythmically, sleep apnea can be caused by a lot of different things. Number one, top 10 toxic foods you got to stay off of. Okay, that's on my website. I would definitely invite you to go to my website and download the top 10 toxic foods.
Top 10. Okay, let me type.
Okay, number one on that list, if I were to put anything in order, no dairy. Got it? Any dairy? Is she there?
Yes.
Yeah, she's
I
there.
currently use dairy right now. There was a time that for about 3 years where I was like alkaline vegan, and I still experience issues with sleep.
Yeah. So hear me out now. Whenever
Okay.
you're dealing with breathing issues or sleep apnea issues, you got to deal with the breathing flow of, it starts with that dairy. No dairy. You can't do dairy. That's an impossibility, because what's happening, that's going to immediately cause an acid state. And now that's going to cause mucus. Remember, that's a glue. That's a glue. So that's going to, like a glue, stop the process of flow, and it can cause issues of blockage with breathing. So that's why I was saying an assessment would be in order to put you on point with that. Are you in Philadelphia?
No, I'm in South Jersey.
South Jersey, but I would definitely recommend, if you could get up to Philly and get an assessment done, I can help you with that.
And what are the, I remember inquiring before, and the appointments were like months out. So is the
no,
for an
not at all.
assessment?
Not at all. You got to call. Just call.
Okay.
If you call, we get you in. We've never, even when we were months out, we were still getting people in.
Yeah, certainly were.
Never stopped, from getting folks in. We basically just keep flow of getting people in and out. Don't let that stop you at all. We always getting people in. So just give us a call, 1-877-377-2854. Okay.
Okay.
But
And
there's
I also
definitely
have
a
one
list
more.
of things. Okay, we gotta move because we're about to go off right now.
Right.
But I would
Okay.
say just give me a call and we'll follow through for you, okay?
Okay, no
Okay,
problem.
thank you
All
so
right.
much, Brandy. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Brandy.
All
All right, Stephanie, real
All right,
quick.
Stephanie. Mm-hmm.
Akwaba.
Akwaba. Medesi.
Nancy P.
Yes.
Good to have you back. I've been wanting to ask you this question for a while. Oh my God, I'm counting the days for you to get back. My mom has been suffering for years with fibromyalgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, like, what is it? I'm gonna bring her to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because she doesn't want to listen to anybody unless it's a doctor.
Mm.
And so in terms of her food and everything, but I'm just wondering because when wind, air, cold, sweets hit, her face is in her face, the fibromyalgia. She's in tremendous pain. And so I don't know, what is this anything that she can get or take? She's on medication.
Mm-hmm. Well, fibromyalgia falls in the line of autoimmune.
Okay.
So talking about autoimmune, you got to clean the blood.
Yes.
You know, you're going to hear a lot of things, you know, that people are going to say about it. They really don't have a cause or symptom. They don't understand what it is. They just know that musculoskeletal pains, they got the fatigue, tired all the time. It's a lot of things that go with it. The joints issues. So it's a lot of things that go with it. But you know what it comes out to us? Blood. You got to clean the blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, those that have come through and gotten the RM3A, I can tell you that the majority of them that came through, all of them had a pseudomotor issue. That means the sweat glands were shut down and they were backing up with the system in the lymphatic system. And when that's happening, remember that secondary circulatory system backs up, then your body's going to start to now push it into your blood. And then when it's just pushes it in the blood, it's going to start to push through the skin also. So things you got to ask her, is she having anything that outbreaks on the skin? So bumps, blisters, boils, psoriasis, eczema. That's the overflowing of the toxins, mucus, all that stuff. The body's trying to purge. It needs you need a blood cleanser. Any and all of those autoimmune issues fall under cleaning the blood. When they have no idea what is going on with you, and you bouncing around from doctor to doctor, and they say, well, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's this, maybe that. Start with the blood. Got it? You got to go back to the blood. Remember, the life is in the blood. Ain't that what the word says, y'all?
Amen.
Yes.
Life is in the blood. So if the blood be poisoned or polluted, it can't possibly be sending the proper signals throughout the body. That means the liver is over toxic.
That makes a lot of sense. She keeps saying it's her tooth in the same area, but all the dentists are saying there's nothing wrong with your tooth in that area. So definitely I want to make an appointment for
Yeah, it's a blood cleanser. She has to clean the blood. And then most importantly, remember I said, if she starts to do the blood, she's got to clean it with good water. It's got to be good water.
Yes.
Okay.
And is it any one thing? Well, I know there's a lot of different things, but allergies to animal hair, dust.
Sure. It could be potentially that also.
No, I'm saying that's separate. That's for me. She doesn't really have allergy, but that's for me. I'm allergic to cats. Certain cats, certain dogs. I was around a cat just recently. And then dust. No, it's certain rugs. If I dance on the certain rugs, I'm definitely gonna get like stuff. So I'm just wondering, what can I do?
Well, I mean, you would need to get a proper breakdown of what's going on with, a good allergist, someone that you can sit and then they'll go through testing after testing to see what number one you're allergic to. And then from there we move forward. We can help you then once you find out what those specific things are. And one of the things that I tell you that we use for all allergies or things that is bee pollen.
Yes.
Bee pollen. I don't know if y'all know about bee pollen. The bee pollen is excellent because if you're experiencing some kind of an allergy, if you get bee pollen granules, and usually they're kept in the refrigerator. So if you go somewhere and they're in the refrigerator, that's the best ones. Don't buy the ones that are just sitting on the shelf. Don't do that. They should be kept in like a refrigerator setting. Then they actually help with balancing out, because the bees go out to a certain floral, right? Come back to the hive, and as they squeezing into the comb, he actually squeezes the nectar, squeezes on the actual comb. So after it dries out, they scrape that down. Now you got bee pollen.
Wow.
So what happens with that, if you take a little bit of the granules in things like soups, salads, things like your cereal in the morning, at small increments, you can sometimes wean out an allergy, because whatever needs to balance out what you're allergic to is usually in some kind of nectar or floral. Yeah, it's a powerful concept that's been used for thousands of years. Yeah, but bee pollen, it can be something of a change or a try, I'll say, or doing that. So you might want to give that a try. That's traditionally what's used.
That's it.
Ah.
All right, Stephanie, thank you so much. Deli is up next.
Thank you.
Deli? There we go. You muted yourself back.
You muted yourself, yeah.
You had it and then you muted yourself.
And she's the one I wanted you to take. I invited her on. She's new.
Deli, make sure you can unmute yourself, Deli. There we go. There we go.
There you go.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Dr. Paul.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This is my first time here.
Okay.
And Miss Nita, I apologize. Miss Nita referred me to you. And my question to you is, I had a vertigo attack several years ago, and it left me deaf in one ear. And I'm wondering if there's anything that I can do to try to get my hearing back.
Sure. Now, recap that one more time for me. You said,
yes.
What was what caused that now?
A vertigo attack.
Okay. Now, do you know if there was possible infection with that in the ear?
They did not find any infection whatsoever. They can't. I saw an ear doctor, a specialist, many times, and I even got injections in my ear, and nothing worked. And they can't tell me where it came from. All they said is that this happens every now and then with people, and so I have a hard time believing that I just went deaf because that's just what occurred.
Yeah, you gotta watch. In most cases that I've seen, that it's an underlying infection in that area. So whatever the situation, regeneration, what we do is there's one herb that's traditionally been used. Okay, not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. That would be astragalus. Astragalus, because astragalus is a herb of regeneration. Whenever you add the astragalus, it helps to reorganize DNA. This is a powerful herb right here. Astragalus is also used as what we call the youth tonic. Is she still there?
Yes, see that.
Yes.
So astragalus is an herb that sometimes people can show regeneration of hearing loss. So that's something I would say looking at that level.
Mute Galaxy A03.
So somebody's like, yeah, I'm hearing some
Thank you.
something going on. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you.
But there's a lot of different ones that can help to dealing with hearing loss. Now, you still experiencing any vertigo?
Every now and then, but very infrequently. They've got me on some medication called noreliptyline or something to that effect. And it's supposed to help me somewhat, but every once in a while when I get up, things are moving for me. So it doesn't really work.
Right. So now, have you ever gone to a chiropractor?
Yes.
Okay. Now, have you gone to a chiropractor concerning your hearing?
No, not concerning my hearing.
Okay. Keep that in mind. You may want to do that to check out your cervical spine. Hearing of that area has a lot to do with second, third, C1 through C3. I would have to check on that specifically. Let me see for a second. Let me see if I can grab something real quick. I can tell you exactly.
I appreciate it.
Let's see. Which one would that be? Subluxation. Your ears would be ears would be C1. C1, your atlas. Okay, the atlas.
Okay.
Okay, the atlas bone is just like the great atlas that was holding up the earth. Remember, you got a picture of Atlas holding up the earth. That's the C1 atlas that deals with the blood supply to the head, the pituitary gland bones to the face, the brain, the inner and middle ear.
Wow.
It also is part of your sympathetic nervous system. Got it?
Yes.
So it actually deals with headaches, nervousness, insomnia, high blood pressure. When that's out of balance, a lot of stuff gets out of balance. It even causes issues with some that have chronic tiredness or dizziness, C1.
Dizziness, yes.
Okay, so I would definitely say go to a chiropractor and have them check out that C1 to C2. I would look at both C1 and C2. One is the atlas. One is the atlas. The other one is the axis, because there could be a structural issue that's going on. After you now eliminated the structural issue, now you can move towards things like the astragalus, and also there's another one, glutamine. Glutamine or the glucosamines. These are things that help with regeneration of hearing, things like that, or astragalus. Even there's lines of things like ginkgo that help that also. Ginkgo. Okay, so I'm just giving you just a general. Of course, we got to look at all the different things, but there's a lot of, through an assessment, I would tell you more, but I would check first a structural issue.
Okay. And to get an evaluation, I guess I would call that 188 number you gave out. I mean, the
1877. Yeah,
yes.
But I would before you even do that though, I would go to a chiropractor first.
Okay.
Yep, before you even come to me.
Do we have Dr. Lenny's number?
Yes, 215-487. 2500.
Okay. Is this a chiropractor?
That's the chiropractor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
His number and address are in the chat.
They're in the chat.
And if you mention Dr. Paul, your first visit is comped. I believe he still has that program.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you better check with Doc on that one.
I did check with him the last time he was on the show. I checked with him then. So
it doesn't hurt in trying.
Trouble.
Yep.
I appreciate you.
Okay. Very, very fine. All right. Dr. Paul, before we go to the last two, guys, I want to remind you that in order to get a copy of tonight's chat, send me an email, guys. Please send me an email to machiavelli@gmail.com. And to continue to support the family tree, use my Cash App, and that's $BILMORGAN. And if you want to use your bank, that ID is drpaul.drpaulherb.com, or to our P.O. Box, which is 191 Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. The P.O. Box 191, Mulligan, New Jersey, 08062. Now let's go right now to iPhone 6. And then after that, Sasha, then we're out the door. We are past time.
Yes, we are past time, but I'm going to stay a little bit because I came on a little late today. So
And you just getting back, you still need to get that jet lag up off you. So people,
Yeah,
please be
that's
mindful.
right. Be mindful.
go ahead, Prophet. You know
I ain't
what's
shut
going
y'all
on.
down, y'all.
Shut it down now. Shut it down. Y'all know brother might fall
Okay.
asleep on the mic.
iPhone 6, you're up.
Prophetess.
iPhone 6. If not that, we'll go to Sasha. We'll come back after. Sasha, you're there. I know you're there. Go ahead.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
Sasha, what's going on?
Good evening, everyone. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, this is my first visit, also referred by Nitha. I'm Deli's daughter.
Oh, okay. Glad to have you.
All right.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you so much. I just had a question for prolapse uterus and hemorrhoids.
All right. So first off, let's talk about the hemorrhoids. Okay. Remember, hemorrhoids comes from definitely strain. Okay. Who is that?
Galaxy A03s.
Galaxy, please. Oh, somebody fell down the steps.
Mhm.
All right. When we're dealing with hemorrhoids, definitely that's dealing with straining. It's coming back to constipation. Got to make sure you, stay away from certain types of food. Number one, that are causing constipation. First thing you want to do is you want to align yourself in circadian rhythm. Remember, if you eat, you must eliminate. Got it? If you eat 3 times a day, you're going to eliminate 3 times a day. Got it? So that's what a lot of people are not doing. And therefore, when they're going to the bathroom, they're straining. And when you strain, you're actually trying to push. You should never be pushing when you're moving your bowels. And therefore, it is always taught to us in naturopathy school, it's like turning a sock inside out. And that's what happens at the veins at the very rectum of the body. So what happens is now that can get inflamed, and now we have hemorrhoids. Some of them are in, some of them out, some of them are on the edge, and it can be very painful. So we start first with things like aloe vera gel. Okay, we talked about also, we said not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. We also talked about slippery elm. Got it? Slippery elm. Also, we talked about, what was the other one?
Marshmallow root.
Marshmallow root, yeah.
How about cascara sagrada?
Cascara sagrada is very good. It can be a little bit aggressive, so you got to be careful with the cascara sagrada. If you're a meat eater, I wouldn't recommend that one.
Yeah.
Cascara sagrada is very unforgiving. It's a male principle.
Ooh, I know that's right.
Gonna keep it moving. It's unforgiving. You're gonna have to, and you may have to put another pair of sneaks on.
Wow.
All right. So that's what I would say. That's where you would need to get in alignment with. I would have to put you in alignment with your circadian rhythm, and we can do that with an assessment, but also a detox. We do what's called the 40-day detox, colon cleanse, parasite cleanse, and also with a green drink.
Mute, Calvin. Thank you.
Yeah. So are you in the Philadelphia area or are you
Yes.
outside? Okay.
Yes, Philly.
Come
Yep.
on in and get an assessment and I can put you on point because there's some things you got to absolutely not eat. Definitely you do not want to eat certain things. All
And
right.
then, yes, and then the prolapsed uterus, because they kind of like go hand in hand.
Yeah. A lot of that has a lot to do with constipation, believe it or not.
But
See
is
what
there a way to
happens.
like strengthen that
Sure,
area? So it
sure. You
doesn't
can,
doing that?
sure. You can do what's called Kegels. I don't know if you know what Kegels are. Have you
Yes,
ever-
I
did they
tried.
ever
Yeah.
mention-
Yes,
tried?
I've tried.
Yeah, but what you got to do is you have to apply the Kegels along with what I'm speaking to you about the food choices. See,
Okay.
that's where it comes from. See, there's pelvic exercises that are used for that help. There's online. Have you gone on YouTube and see some of the pelvic exercises for that?
Yes.
Okay, and you've tried them, a lot of them, or?
Yes, I've tried them, but
Okay.
I'm not consistent. I need
Yeah,
to be more consistent.
That's what it
key.
is. So
That's very
consistent
key.
with the exercise along with dietary changes is what makes the difference. And water is critical.
Mhm.
Water is critical with all
Drink
of
lots
this.
of water. I drink
Yeah,
lots and lots of water. I am a big water drinker with lime and basil seeds.
okay, now what
Okay,
water you
just sea salt.
drinking? What water you
Uh,
drinking now?
Deer Park.
Ooh, that's
Ooh,
bad water.
that's wrong.
That's your
That-
problem. Part of your problem.
That's
Oh,
bad. That's bad water.
uh-oh. I think that, you know what? I think that
See it
I have
right
to look
there,
at,
Sasha?
it's in
See
the,
that?
it's in the 5-gallon bucket. 5 gallons from, I think, Home Depot. I got to check and see. It might not be that, actually.
Yeah. So make sure it's not you need a high alkaline water.
See the one I
Okay.
hold in my, you see the one I
Okay.
have in my hand?
And
Sasha?
remember, if it's acid, and you got to make sure, don't hold your urine. Got it?
Okay.
Don't hold the urine.
Don't hold it.
A
Okay.
lot of people, when you're having issues with pelvic prolapse or anything like that, also there's an underlying issue of UTIs. We got to be careful with, ladies. You got it? We got to really watch that urinary tract infection. It goes unnoticed and undetected for so long. They'll say, "Oh no, you don't find anything. No, you have no UTI." But here's the problem. Let me give you a real problem, and then I guess we can wrap it up, y'all. This is very important. When we do the urine analysis, we use what's called the 10SG, which is the specific gravity test. Now, the specific gravity test is with it dipping in the urine, laying out in a matter of about 3 to maybe 5 minutes, you can see the results. That's called subjective test. Got it? Subject to who's looking at it. But in the allopathic field of testing, it doesn't always work like that. They have machines that read that. And in most of the cases in time, they come up, not some of the time, not most of the time, all of the time, they get it wrong. Every time. And the person has an underlying issue of some sign of infection in the system. So it goes undetected, gets better, gets worse, get better, get worse. And then if they even detect it, they'll give you an antibiotic, but the antibiotics aren't working anymore.
That's right.
Because the bodies have been resistant to these bacteria that have been growing because people don't take the full amount of antibiotic they're supposed to. Now we have these, what we call resistant bacteria, that even these antibiotics are literally not working. So that's why you need something live to deal with something live. So that's why the things like the golden seal roots, the Oregon grape, the things like the uva ursi, these are herbs that would go in line with that, traditionally taken to deal with infections in the uterine line. Dandelion roots. You got it? These are the herbs that are usually used for that traditionally. But like I said, once you come through for an assessment, I can tell you exactly which one you would definitely
Thank you so
recommend for
much.
you.
It was
All
great
right.
being here
Sasha.
tonight.
All right, you got
All
it. Thank you.
right. Thank you,
Hey,
Sasha.
Dr. P.
Welcome.
I don't think iPhone 6 is there, so let's wrap her up and we can get out of here.
All righty. That sounds like a wrap, buddy. We got to get going.
Yes, we do.
And I want to
Thank
say,
you.
yeah. And Big B, tell them how they can participate with the family tree and
You got it.
support us, that we can keep this thing going. brother.
That's right, guys.
All
As always, you want to copy tonight's chat, send me an email. Send me an email to meccavideo@gmail.com. Again, meccavideo@gmail.com. To continue to support the family tree, use my Cash App. That's $, BILMORGAN. Again, $, BILMORGAN. If you want to use Zelle through the bank, that number, that ID number is Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. Or you can send it out to our P.O. Box number. That's Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. And by the way, remember, guys, well, if you don't remember, when we sending out now, we're also putting links to the YouTube channel too. So if you get it that way, as well as coming out through the chat itself. So Hey, bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring your friends, bring everybody right here to the family tree every Wednesday night. So, yeah.
All right.
All right. That was up. Hey, Rochelle. I want to thank everybody. Did you learn anything tonight, y'all? Did you learn anything?
Yes.
All right. Yes, indeed.
All right.
Thank you.
Always.
Continue to be a blessing. Thank you.
Welcome back, Dr. Paul, and happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate
My
y'all.
first time, I didn't get a chance to talk, but I thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruby. I appreciate you. And I want to say, don't let this be the last time. Next time, bring somebody else with you.
I will.
And Ruby, I didn't see your hand. If you wanted to talk, put your hand up so I can get you.
Thank you, Dr. Paul. Big
No problem.
Okay, you got it. Thank you.
Thank you, family. Y'all awesome. Have a great night.
Good night.
Proud of you, Dr. Paul. Happy celebration.
All right, thank you so much. God bless y'all. Make y'all keep y'all. And remember,
Likewise.
if you're breathing,
Yeah.
You got us all.
Good night, family.
Hey, all right, Kamara.
Come on, tap it out. Hit the face. That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to thank the 2 people that make this thing happen every week. Give Providence a hand over there.
Yeah. Thank guys. It's in the house.
Yay, Providence. Thank you.
Buddy. Yes, sir, Doctor. See ya on the weekend on the Green Hour. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Then one more time. Breathe out. And let's clap it up. Somebody wrote off. All right. I want you to rub your hands. Rub. That's your heat. Feel it. Come on.
Yeah.
Feel that energy? Yeah, that's right. Now take that and rub it on down. Don't touch yourself. Feel all that energy. All that energy. All right, one more time. Clap. Good. Clap. Hit this last one with good intentions. Bless yourself. Say God bless y'all. Make y'all keep y'all. Tuning in.
Yeah. You got it, buddy. See ya on the weekend, Dr. Payne.
How about that? Good night. All right, Big B. We'll see you on the weekend,
You
buddy.
got it, buddy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all.
Good night.
I had to throw my sandals on there. I had to throw my sandals on.
Somebody jamming while they drive. Be careful out there.
Yeah.
Count it on down.
Oh, you have to have your own playlist.
9, 8,
Yeah.